Hello BookTube, it's Ben here from the History Fellow channel. Here with another book review, as I said in my last video. Today's book review is called Who Dares Wins, Britain in 1979 to 1982. Written by Dominic Sandbrook. Dominic Sandbrook that writes a number of books on history, but specifically concentrates on sort of the 50s up to almost modern day. He writes quite a bit, but he also does various works about First World War, and I think he's got one out about the Romans and the Second World War. So he's a big writer on history, and he's also available on a number of history related podcasts. This book I'm reviewing is available on Kindle for $9.99, audio book for £22 something I think. It's also available in hardcover and paperback, £35 and £12 respectively. It's published by Penguin, and also I've read the book and I've also got the audio book. The audio book lasts about 42 hours in total, which when I first originally got that copy I thought was a bit long. I mean, that's 42 hours and all he's covering is 3 years. But anyway, Dominic, he writes the book and it's literally 79 to 82. He looks at the influences of the 70s that had on at the end of the decade, and as the country turned into the 80s. And it's very much he looks at lots of things, from politics to social issues to music, film, television programs. He's a very he leans very much to the right, shall we say. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a fully paid up member of the Conservative Party, because you can clearly tell from his writings that there is a bias to the Tory Party. He particularly loves Margaret Thatcher and all that, but you can kind of, it doesn't influence the book too much, but probably sometimes he does give more examples of a right-wing thinking rather than left, or being balanced overall. He very much, as I said, is very much pop culture dominates the book, and quite a few of his books that from the 50s. He looks at how, which bands were popular, which programs, films did well, and why they echoed with British society, why they would do so well. But overall, it's a really good book. I enjoyed it because I love the kind of like pop culture history of the 70s and the 80s. I really love the 70s. Many people mock the 70s as being, all long-haired and hippies, and they would say, it was all about miners' strikes and disputes and political problems and that sort of thing. But actually, I believe that we're kind of hoodwinked in this country a bit about how the 70s actually were. It's always about strikes and union problems and kind of the economy going down, and in some cases, lots of industrial businesses went out of operation. But from my memory and all my friends, when we talk about the 70s and our childhoods, it was always a good time. We don't remember any of these problems happening at the time, so I think in British history. It was very London-centric, or London-centric, or revolved around the big cities like, you know, Birmingham or Manchester and that sort of thing. If you weren't from those big towns, you didn't actually experience some of the problems that they're always going on about in the news today, shall we say. But back to the book. In conclusion, I would give it a 4 stars out of 5 stars. His love of Margaret Thatcher, who I don't particularly like, can get a bit grating and annoying, and it kind of spoils the book a little bit. I'd have liked to have seen it more evenly balanced. And the book title, Who Dares Wins, is obviously the motto of the SAS, which is mentioned in the book, because obviously there was the attack at the Libyan embassy, where the SAS then had to go in and sort the problem out. So that's where the title of the book comes from, and it concentrates on the small period of time from 1979 to 1982. If you like pop culture, public life, and you're into politics of the era, then you would probably really enjoy this book, and you may give it a 4 or 5 star rating. But anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed the book, other than the odd exception, and I gave it a 4 out of 5 star rating. So thank you very much for watching. If you've read the book or any of Dominic Sandbrook's books and you like them or dislike them, drop a comment below in the comments, and please give the video a like. It all helps rather. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, then please feel free to do so. And I shall see you later on in the week for another video. So thank you very much, and I shall see you next time.